Hello and welcome back to the Good News. I'm TJ.
And I'm Doc.
And we are excited and delighted to have you back here with us for another episode of the Good News. You know, this is our, well maybe not, because maybe Mother's Day was a big holiday. But this is our first big holiday since the states have started easing back on some of the restrictions. So, I know we asked in church today that everybody be in prayer for those people that are going places that they haven't been and doing things that they haven't been doing for the past few weeks. And just that everybody be safe and get back whole and healthy.
I expect there'll be a lot of live barbecues for the remainder of the weekend. You know, everybody IGN and Facebook Live and they grill, showing all that nice looking meat on it, and they spread with all the different sides that they might have, and the steak matches and the other AC Deuces and Jim Ronnie not Jim Ronnie, what the other one they played? Big Wiz tournaments and all that stuff. Rise and fly. What do they call it? Rise and fly when you lose to get up.
All I want to know is where
some Frankie Beverly and Mays music playing Before I Let Go, and
all of that to memorialize those who have lost their lives.
So speaking of that, why do people say Happy Memorial Day?
I know,
What's happy about Memorial Day?
What in the world?
I don't even like riding on Memorial Drive.
But I think it's like, and a celebration of the freedoms that those who gave their lives, celebrating those freedoms that we have and that we get to enjoy each and every day.
And those who gave their lives, if they're in Jesus, they're free indeed.
Hey, look at the reverend.
Hey, I'm Christian. I'm supposed to know that kind of stuff.
Man. So we're going to jump right into your message for today. I have a different analogy or maybe an association with your title than what you gave us.
Okay.
So the title of your message was Street Sweeper. And what I've always known a street sweeper to be is the biggest, like AK-47, where you just sweep across and kill everybody. I was like,
that gives scattered.
I don't know where this message is going. But the title of your message was Street Sweeper. And you came from the Gospel of Matthew, the Great Commission, 28 verses 19 and 20.
That's that hip-hop music that make y'all automatically go to that kind of stuff.
What in the world? Really? And I don't even... Because I don't even know why it popped in my head, but that was the first association.
Wow.
But you were referencing going out and doing what the Great Commission tells us to do. That we are to go and make disciples. We, during this COVID-19, we have been staying and making disciples. But the idea is that the word goes forth.
And we're in a society today that we almost say, like Jesus said, he didn't say, he just sent his word, and according to your faith, be it down.
Come on.
So we can send the word now through text, emails, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We can send enough word digitally to still reach people in a way that we can if we were to go down physical down present. Because I know God knew everything and knows everything, but Peter and them probably had no idea about Twitter. So they had to walk everywhere. They probably didn't have no idea about cars.
Yeah.
So this going is somewhat kind of relative, but for those of us, we can still walk next door and drive to other communities and stuff. So, going can still be physically done.
I think what's interesting is because of social media, and I don't know why they even add the term social media marketing, because it's all marketing.
Yeah.
And so in social media, you hear the term of branding and building my brand. And so faith ought to be the core, the crux, premier, pristine, primordial. It ought to be the first thing in your branding.
Yeah.
When I think about my quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson, after clicking on one picture that he's a man of faith.
Yeah. And even though he's with another team, I love that about him, And it's just something about faith that just speaks to people.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that we confront as people, and no matter how much talent and skills you have, if you don't have the faith to believe that you have that, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, faith is one of those things that If it ain't working, maybe you don't have it. So faith is recession proof.
Oh.
Why I like that?
Okay, so you gave us some. You just like the CDC. You're giving us all these horrible, scary statistics.
People like numbers.
Oh, we don't like these numbers. These numbers are.
Well, after I watched Cambridge Analytics, numbers are important. You better watch numbers. You better learn some numbers.
So let me give some of the statistics that you gave us.
Okay.
And they are a little disheartening. So 95% of Christians have never won a soul for the kingdom. 80% of us do not witness consistently. And 71% of us won't even support the evangelism ministries at our church financially. We'll check off the box for the giving ministry, for the pastor's support ministry, for the music ministry, but we won't check that box for evangelism.
Building fund that been in the building for 30 years and ain't bought a new doorknob yet.
Yeah. when Jesus clearly said that my house should be a house of prayer. Are you tithing into the prayer ministry? His house should be a house of prayer, and that we should go and make disciples. That's the great commission, not the little itty bitty commission, the great commission.
And I think it's interesting because people kind of misunderstand the whole worship and praise thing. People say they go to church for the worship and the praise. The church, when you go there to praise to get strengthened to go back out. The church is like a gas station. You go there and you fill it up and you go back out. And this whole praise and worship, I think it's more so, I don't want to say maybe African American community, but we emotionalize worship and praise. And worship and praise is an act. It's a verb. It's something that we do. It's not some emotional gyration or lamentation or nothing. It's act of worship. We worshiping God with a deed that is godly in its nature.
Yeah. I really like how you transition from the statistics that could seem daunting for us to give us the concrete methods on how we cannot fall into these percentages. That we have to be bold in the Lord, and that you gave an illustration of talking with evangelists from the Jehovah's Witness faith that come by the house, and that we, it's just such a common theme, especially in the African American. You can Google right now and get 20 memes of hiding from the Jehovah's Witness when they come by. But a lot of that is because we haven't studied enough or prayed enough, fasted, whatever you need to do to get closer to God to be able to defend what it is that you believe in. In seminary, we call that apologetics. Not that we're apologizing for Jesus, but that we are able to engage on any platform with anyone about what we believe and why we know it.
And I think what's interesting, a lot of us are so disheartened because the first time we go out and try to witness or evangelize, we stammer, we stumble, and we don't feel like we did an effective job, and the other person might just blatantly reject us. And it's like, maybe this ain't for me. But I don't know anybody who started too much of anything that wasn't fair in the beginning of it. Michael Jordan getting cut from his JV basketball team, missing the free throw at the end of a game, cooks burning their first meal and then going on to become great chefs. And if no one just starts out being great at everything, you got to fail and you got to crawl. A baby stand up and bust their head on the coffee table trying to learn how to walk. Suppose they say, okay, I ain't gonna try this again and never walk. We all never taught. I'm glad you went there because I was gonna say, like being a parent. Being a parent doesn't come with any instruction manual, but you don't just stop doing it because you made a mistake. You keep going, you keep learning, you listen to those who have done it before you. You take what works for you and you apply it, and you become an authority on that. And that is the same as with your testimony and with your ministry. You become an authority on it. And then you're able to share it confidently. it's like people who sing. You know how you had those collaborated singers and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody had their own verse. The song "Float On" by the Floaters. Each one of them had their, I'm Charles and I'm a Libra and I'm so-and-so and I'm a Virgo. You know, and that's, we learned that song and we knew everybody. We knew Charles was a Libra, we knew Harry was a Sagittarius and he liked all the women of the world. You know, whatever it was, we learned those things. And it's like how we learned different deacons' prayers in the church and all that.
Yeah.
You learn them and you come up with your own.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if we can learn others, I know we can learn to make up our own.
And it's not impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, even the apostles didn't have it perfected.
Mm-hmm.
We where is that? The Acts in the 15th, I think it's around the 15th chapter where Paul and Peter meet at the same place, giving a different gospel and disagree. Mm-hmm. And so they had to come to an understanding of what Jesus really said. And somebody had to say, I might be wrong. and the word went forth from there.
Yeah, and you know, you don't have to stop once you get one. You know, it's like when you get one, you think you get fired up and excited and you want to get more, and then like, yeah, this feels good. And you know, I thought about Andrew when I thought about that. Andrew bought Peter, and you know, Andrew probably saying, hey, Peter bought 3,000. I did a lot, you know, and it's about building the tree.
It really
you know,
is.
A lot of times you might only bought one person to the party, but that person brings somebody, and that person brings somebody, and that person brings somebody, and so on and so on and so on. That's how we get it, you know. Who would have thought that Peter would have bought 3,000 when Andrew bought his brother? Because, hey, you know, I'm bringing a brother too, Jesus. Both of us follow you, you know. So it takes that. And we think about how those of us who are in churches now, somebody invited us, and I remember when I was at Mount Nebo, how when I got there, I was so excited. I was inviting, say I had several people from the bank to become members. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of people who I invited that are still members of that church.
Wow.
And have invited their family and friends. You know, I said, when I look at my tree, I said, you know, who would have thought? You know, and it's a good thing. You know, it's encouraging, and it motivates me to invite other people to the body of Christ through my testimony, through my life, and telling them what I believe that God can do for them.
Amen. Amen. So what you're saying is there's no reason that COVID should be traveling faster than the gospel.
Oh, COVID got his walking papers already. You know, COVID. And it came to pass.
Amen.
It shall be done.
So one of the other things you said in your message was that we are really good at praying for God to go and do something. When God has called us to be His hands and feet, you went Gandhi on us. Be the change you see.
And you know, it's so funny because going back to hearing the old prayers of the church, that was I'm not sure the deacon name, but like, now Lord, I want you to go by and see Sister So-and-so. And don't stop there, Lord, and go by and see Brother Johnson. And when you go and see Brother Johnson, tell him I said hello.
Oh,
and
Lord.
tell him I'm praying for him right now on bending knees and mounting hard. And, you know.
Yes.
We send God places like, we sending God to the grocery store to pick up groceries for us.
Yeah.
And that ain't it.
Yeah.
God done empowered us. He done gave us the Holy Spirit. He done equipped us. He gave us a whole armor of God to protect us, and we still won't go.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you were with a new group of believers, what would be some actionable steps that you would give them to begin their tree?
Have a party, have a dinner at your house. And when you have a dinner, invite everybody and we will come to the group, the group of believers, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna bring a couple of seasoned people with me. And we go disperse throughout the dinner. You know, we ain't gonna talk to each other, we gonna greet each other, but we gonna spread throughout, we gonna line the whole room, all of us around. There's that net I was telling you about last week, catching that net. And each one of us gonna have somebody we never met before, we go talk to them, and we go compliment, you know, so how you know so-and-so, so-and-so, ask how they know him and everything, and get into regular conversation. You know, that reminded me of how I met him, you know, but he remember my church now and stuff about how, you know, it's ways of getting into it without just jumping in. Because the Bible says, you know, gotta scare somebody. But, you know, get to know that person and let that person get to know you. And once you start hearing that person, say what you heard that person say to you, but tell them something about how that reminds you of what God did and how Jesus did that for me too, or somebody else, you know. And that's how it really goes.
And that's really powerful. I want you to think for a second about how we can put those same methods into practice while practicing social distancing. because you and I have talked about how much more we have access to the Word of God through encouraging things that people are sharing on social media, through ministries that we would not have gotten the opportunity to visit had not they been able to put it on social media or live streaming videos.
And you know something that's real important too that I don't do as much as I used to, but I need to incorporate again. Don't leave without, I've enjoyed this so much. We need to stay in touch. Can I get your number? Can I get your information? And share it? And if that person is married or you married and say, I want to tell my wife about you. I want to tell my husband about you, something like that. This is good. If you're married, I want your husband to meet my wife. I want your wife to meet my husband and stuff. Get to know that person, get a contact, and that way you can keep the conversation going. And you could probably win them to Christ and to be a part of your church in the long term. Because now you're enjoying each other so much, you're going to want to spend more time with each other. Well, I never really go to my church that often. What church you say you went to? I'm coming to visit y'all this Sunday.
And I believe these are really key skills to be learning and practicing now, because we kind of haven't used that muscle in a while because we have been social distancing. And so we kind of haven't even thought about how to engage in conversation. I can hear us now getting back to the office and speaking in text language. TTYL, FRFR. So in getting back into, because a lot of the states are opening, a lot of other countries are opening, where do you see an opportunity for discipleship in this process?
You think getting back, that should be one of the first phrases. The first phrase should be to automatically open up the door. Whew, I'm so glad to be at work. Thank you, Jesus. A good Christian will say, thank you, Jesus. Me too. Because my bills are getting behind all that. But the Lord kept me. And, it's great opportunity to send this COVID stuff in. Because somebody will be glad to be back to either their norm or the new norm, and somebody will be grateful. When somebody's grateful, that's when you amen them, like, because the Lord and Jesus kept me through this COVID, being cooped up with the kids all day or whatever might have been the case. I love my kids, but being with 24/7, I appreciate teachers now, boy. Teachers, it's just so much we could say as opposed to complaining about how there was no tissue available, I couldn't find no hand sanitizer and all that stuff. Man, you should have called me. I had a whole garage full of God bless me with a lot of hand sanitizer. It's just way, there's always a way to thank God for something. And when somebody co-sign it, that's when you jump in with both feet and just start a conversation.
And I thought it was really key because you left us with the best way to do it is just to do it. I'm not gonna let Nike know you said it, but that's the key.
I'm a brander of Nike, and if you know me,
you're a brand ambassador.
I'm a brand ambassador.
You got a polo today. You can't even claim it.
But I got on some Nikes,
everything else.
But I think being a brand ambassador for Christ. We're ambassadors for Christ anyway. I'll give you a brand ambassador for Christ.
And you don't even have to put #ad.
Exactly. And going back to the thing we were talking about at the end, the yard sign, which I thought was a great idea. And I thought about the sign when we was on Melrose, and I went and got this big old huge sign and put out in the yard. That was about 9 feet tall and about 8 feet wide, and
you think big.
Big God.
Well, thank you so much. It really was an encouraging message. And was this the end to your series on discipleship?
No, and I don't see an end no time soon. And the reason I don't see an end, I said until it starts working, I don't believe I can stop it. Because if this is that important, that it was one of the things that Jesus told us out of all stuff he told us, we as a church family and church body, 90% of our messages should be centered about God's love and the command that Jesus gave us in his love. As he got ready to make the biggest sacrifice of love for us. His love and our command.
Well, I am grateful for this message today, and I want to encourage each and every one of you to make sure that you check out the rebroadcast. Pastor will have it up shortly, and we'll make sure that he puts a link to the website where you can watch it again and again. Like you said, you just keep doing it until you get it right, till it works, until your tree grows, till you have branches and a trunk and some roots and all of that good stuff. See, there you go, a new series. It don't always have to be Break the Huddle. It can be Grow the Tree.
It's breaking the earth.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for always sharing this time with us here at The Good News. We thoroughly enjoy sitting before you and joining in celebrating the goodness of God, because he does something new for us each and every day, even if it's the same old thing he did yesterday, which was just to wake us up. It's a new thing and it's a new day.
Because if he did it before, he'll do it again.
Not the 3 stumps.
3 stumps.
I hope that you will take the opportunity to tune into my Choose Joy with Tisa podcast, where I pray each and every morning about 3 minutes to get you started on your day. I promise you, your life will be changed.
And you know, I think if you're blessed and God is faithful enough to choose joy, you will be better on purpose.
Amen. Thank you so much for your time, for your support. Keep giving us your comments. We hope that you subscribe, that you like this video.
Like this video.
And comment.
And comment.
We got 5 things to help you. 1, 2, 3. That's what you're supposed to do.
And share.
Thank you so much. We love you, and we will see you next week.
I thought about something else. There's one thing I never lost. I never lost my hope. I never lost my joy.
Okay, that's 2.
And I never lost my praise.
That's 3.
It's one thing.
All right.
I never lost.
That's some new man. Thank God you're not homeschooled.
I know. Right?
We love you. See you later.